Well, boys, today is tomorrow, and yep, that is the response everyone had to this game, Dustborn, putting out a nice little statement, a nice little sad white text on the gray background. Hey man, they're up in the brightness.
Chowder, look! The river splits! Which way should we go? Yeah, that way! Why that way?
I don't trust the look of that sun.
But what?
Go left, Harry!
Darn, I almost had him.
We went from white text on a black background to now white text on a gray background. You know, they're trying their best to stay somewhat positive, even though their positivity is rooted in ignorance, because we all know Concord, right? And how much of a colossal failure that is. At least people are talking about, right? There's millions of views out there, tens if not hundreds of videos on Concord and how bad it is. I even made a video right here, you know, top right hand corner, boys. Go ahead and cue that up for after this, you know. Put in a little playlist, something, you know. It helps out the video. Also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. But yeah, everyone's been talking about Concord and how much of a failure it was because the game costs money. That's the most part. The only reason why it fell for the most part is because the game costs, you know, $40. And ain't no one trying to pay $40 for a hero shooter in 2024. 2016, yeah, this game would have been game of the year. 2024, this game is a major flop. But at least people are talking about that game and it's on their minds. So, you know, I can see, you know, the studio of Concord coming back with something new and be like, yo, this is a good game, all right? We're not doing hero shooters. We're doing a brand new game, brand new genre. And everyone would be skeptical, but you know what? They would give it a chance even if it was out of, you know, them mocking the game, especially if it was free to play. But this game, Dustborn, had no chance. And I mean no chance. Let alone that there was little to no marketing for this game at all. On top of that, the game sold so poorly. And I mean very badly. Now, everyone was saying about Concord that the reason why it flopped was because of wokeness and woke ideologies, and no one cares about wokeness anymore. And in my opinion, I think anyone that was saying that about Concord is just ignorant. It was just, the game was repetitive, all right? The game was repetitive. We've already seen it before. It was essentially recycled Call of Duty / Overwatch with a bit of Destiny mixed into it with a $40 price tag. And you know what? We have all those games in some form or function for free. So the $40 price tag wasn't moving any units for Concord. That's, you know, my thoughts on actually seeing the game and, you know, playing a little beta and stuff. But, you know, at the end of the day, the characters were bland, the story was and the game was alright. Like, the game mechanics and everything about Concord was alright. It was a, you know, passable game if it was free. But the thing about Dustborn is you can 100% say that woke ideology and mind virus really did take over this game, because that is exactly what this game is about, and it is as insufferable as you are thinking right now. I mean, this is one of the most insufferable games with some of the most insufferable characters known to man.
Hey, what's the golem doing on the bus?
Ma'am, I'll be happy to serve as your driver. I want to assure you that I'm fully capable of operating this vehicle. I don't mean that you have software, of course. You lack the paperwork, but I don't need any.
I'm not going to be mean to it.
I don't know if there's a way through, though.
Don't touch me.
Hey!
What was that?
So yeah, as you can see, the game is literally about an insufferable black woman, which I can say that, alright? I'm a colored fish, alright? But yes, an insufferable black woman that tries to show everyone around her how to fight against the enemies, quote unquote, with your voice and, you know, how much power you have in speaking truth. By annoying everyone around you and by being like an edgelord, quote unquote, and through music, you can be a little musician with their trash music in the game. All right, this game is garbage.
We're the aliens. We're the refugees. We walk among you. We're right behind you.
Yep, that's all you need to hear. That's all you need to hear. Yep, it gets worse from there. Please, just listen to me. It gets worse from there. Like, So this is the game for the modern audience. All right, boys, this is what we're supposed to love. All right, we're wrong because the UK government actually gave this game funding, so it didn't matter how bad this game was. It was coming out, and guess what? They made sure it was extra trash. All right, they wanted to make sure they got a little bit more funding next year whenever they create their next what is the opposite of a masterpiece? Because let's all be honest here, this game is peak garbage. All right, this is peak trash. This is just an ultimate failure. Anyone that loves garbage media, this is for you, all right? I would assume Moist Critical would be laughing at this game because that man just loves himself some trash media. He would probably be giggling like a little schoolgirl throughout the whole entire thing. He would probably play through it like a second or third time just for how bad this game is and how they try their best to implement their politics into the game. And I'm gonna be honest here, I really don't care if a game does or doesn't implement politics into it. The thing about it is, this is just objectively bad. Like there is nothing outside of this is an objective failure from the creators of this game. This is them not knowing the assignment at all of, yo, let's get people to come over to our political side. They failed, utterly failed. In my opinion, you can create a video game about anything. I don't care if it has a political message or not. You can create a good video game about anything. And I will tell you, if you were someone that was like woke, right? You was like, oh, you got your avocado toast, all right? You sipped on your nice little coffee from Starbucks. Well, not from Starbucks, from some local cafe now, because Starbucks is the devil, all right? Starbucks is Israel. We all got to remember that from the D'Angelo Wallace video. But I understand that if you were woke, all right, I understand that if you were one of those people, you would probably become a racist after playing this game. You would hate minorities, and I would be right behind you. I'll be like Michael Jackson. I would bleach my scales. I couldn't blame you at all. I really couldn't blame you. After playing this game, you would probably go down an alt-right rabbit hole that would change your life forever. Because Dustborn is the type of game that literally does the opposite of what it actually wants to do. Dustborn wants to, make people more woke to the idea of having people come over to their countries and, assimilate into their country and become citizens of the country, live harmoniously and together. But this absolute trash fire goes about it in the absolute worst way possible. And of course, it is game having a female protagonist and many female lead characters. A lot of female Twitch streamers are playing this game, and you know what? After playing this trash fire, I wouldn't put it past them to break up with their boyfriends if they were in a mixed race relationship and be like, you know what? Maybe I'll date within my race now. You know what? Dustborn has shown me the errors in my ways. They probably think this is a path I don't want to go down in life, being this insufferable.
Not at all. What he said. She said. It. What are you, robot?
I'm a robot. I don't have an assigned gender.
Good for you. Wait, so how do we make s'mores?
You put a marshmallow on a stick.
Now, I don't know if gaming journalists think that they get like kickbacks or royalties from, reviewing games and, giving them a good score. But for some reason, a lot of them very much love this game, or at least thought it was somewhat good, especially the shills over at IGN, boys, because for some reason they gave Dustborn a 7 out of 10. Yes, boys, they thought this game was good enough to be almost perfect. 3 points off of perfect, boys. This game was 3 points off of perfect. Do these Steam charts look like they're 3 points off of perfect? I don't think so. I don't really think that this is a 3 points off of a perfect game. And yet, for some reason, Alien Isolation got a 5.9. One of the greatest AIs in gaming history, the alien from Alien Isolation that literally becomes almost another player hunting you down throughout the whole entire game, was mediocre to IGN. But this is about damn near perfect, boys, right here.
Where the
Well, I can't argue with good game journalists. You know, the Alien Isolation game only went on to win awards and become one of the greatest horror games known to man, and Dustborn has a falling Steam chart, you know. The critics know best, boys, alright? We're all just lowly pawns in their eyes, alright? They're just using us, alright? We're being the ones used. Totally, we're being used right now. We're the ones that went out and bought Dustborn in droves, and, you know, no one bought Alien Isolation at all. Nope. Not one single person. Again, this is a mediocre game, barely worth the 5 points that they gave them. But Dustborn again. Should I play it again, boys? Don't make me play it again. Like the video right now if you haven't, or else I'm playing the song again. All right, I'm done playing with y'all. Like the damn video, and you know what? Share it. I deserve a share. Share the video with someone else. Did you do it yet? You hear it? It's getting louder, isn't it? It's getting more insufferable, isn't it? Do it. I said do it. Now, all this information comes to the crescendo of the video, boys. You're almost there to the end. You're almost done, all right? I'm about to let you out of the chair. Your torture session is almost over, all right? I got all the information I want out of you, boys. Just the last 3 digits on the back of your credit card is all I need. But, boys, this whole crescendo comes down to the game company that made Dustborn putting out a statement, alright, after the game did gangbusters, alright? Remember, IGN said this was a damn good game, alright? So they had to put out this statement, about damn near celebrating. They couldn't hold it in anymore. You know, they had the party poppers out and everything for the tens. You can count them on probably 2 hands and maybe a toe or 2 of players they have left in their community. Let's read this together. To our community, since we first announced Dustborn, we've read your comments and listened to your feedback, hopes and wishes for the game. Over the past 4 years, our team has poured their hearts into telling a story that's deeply meaningful to us. A story about the power of words, about building a world where everyone feels safe, about love, friendship, and robots. Robot sexuals. They're everywhere, boys. They're rising up. Of course. We expected Dustborn to spark conversation and debate and look forward to engaging with our players in a positive and constructive fashion. Unfortunately, that conversation has been drowned out by a tidal wave of hate and abuse. We welcome thoughtful feedback and respectful criticism. We embrace discussion and debate, but we have zero tolerance for hate speech, harassment, and threats of any kind. Those who engage in such behaviors will be removed from our community. I'm sorry. I'm turning myself in, officer. Please take me off the streets. I'm bad for the environment of your community. To everyone else, thank you for coming on this journey with us. Your support means everything, and your constructive feedback continues to push us to learn and evolve together. Let's continue building a world where everyone can feel valued and empowered to share their stories. Red Thread Games. And hopefully that is the last statement they ever make, and the last game they ever make. Now, I think we learned something extremely valuable today, boys. Don't make games like Dustborn, alright? These are the things that really piss off everyone. It doesn't matter on what side of the political fence you're on. This is objectively a bad game. Literally as bad as the ET game that is buried out in a landfill somewhere. And you know what? Maybe the upper management at Red Thread Games needs to crack the whip at their employees, just like H3H3 cracks the whip at his own employees to make them do better. Click this video right here, boys, and find out what did H3H3 do to their employees that made it to where everyone's saying that they're abusing their employees about damn near at this point. But boys, other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe. If you made it this far, comment a fish down below. I want to see a little fish emoji. Let's see how many people made it this far in the video. But other than that, I'll see you all tomorrow.